What's happening, people? Welcome to my Halloween special. This isn't a mask, it's just my regular face. Today, guys, we've got not one but two recipes: high protein, high volume, low calorie. It's going to be a belter. We're also going to do a taste test, and we're going to go around and show you my autumn routine, because autumn is my favorite time of year. So I'm going to try and keep this video fairly short, so let's go to it, shall we? Yes, guys, this is a box of mooncakes. So I'm going to go and train. I've got a pretty busy day today. We're going to go and train. We're going to go to Beamish, a museum in the northeast. We're also going to bake a lot of stuff. So this is going to be my pre-workout carb source for today. Now, I've had a mooncake before, but it's been a long time. And to be honest, I was pretty drunk in Chinatown when I had it. So here's my pre-workout carb source. So not gonna lie, pretty much just bought this for the packaging. Spent a bit more than I should, but you know what it is, sometimes in life, you gotta just treat yourself, right? So here they are, guys. These are all individually packaged, and you also get your own little cutlery. But again, for the price, you probably want to get your own cutlery. So I was gonna eat it with my hands, but I feel like I'm gonna go for the full experience today. Name a more iconic duo, I'll wait. A lot of packaging though, shame on you. Anyway, these are really high in carbs, which is kind of why I picked one up. It's a pack of 6, and again, quite small, quite stodgy, 200 calories, but you know what it is. I'm happy to celebrate the Mid-Autumn Festival. Again, here's a bit of a cross section for you. So it said there's 2 ways to eat these. Ideally you want to put it in the microwave for 2 seconds, but pretty hungry, so we're gonna go for it. Also, I do have a chopping board. That was just for convenience, by the way. So, oh my god. Oh my god, that's beautiful. The thing about having a YouTube channel is that you talk with your mouth full a lot. These are absolutely tremendous. That texture is so rich. So I don't actually know what's in these. Apparently from the back, it's just sugar, butter, egg, milk powder, egg yolk, wheat starch, mung bean, and that's pretty much it. So again, these are 50 grams each, so looking at just under 200 calories, 30 grams of carbs, most of which is sugar, by the way, 8 grams of protein, SSS, 10 grams of fat. So again, probably quite decadent, especially with the price as well, but this is definitely going to fuel my workout. And again, you can see that is a beautiful cross section. Huge fan of these. Alright folks, so I'm sufficiently carved up, so I think it's time to go and hit some back and chest. Let's go.
Once I finished up in the gym, I indulged in my autumn tradition, Beamish. It's an open-air museum in the northeast, and I go every Halloween to dream about the horror film I've always wanted to direct. Obviously it's a pipe dream, but I love walking through the leaf-littered streets and elaborately designed houses I would use as filming locations, as I imagine what scenes would happen where, and it really fires me up. I've got everything all ideaed down, but it's just a matter of doing it, because unlike YouTube, you need a lot more people to make a film. Maybe one day.
Anyway, now it's time for my other favorite place, the bath. Time for the first recipe. So according to Instagram, I noticed that one of my favorite restaurants, Love Lily's, they sell all these kind of beautiful pancakes and stuff, and they started to serve what was called their sugar plum fairy French toast. Now, I'm assuming that they would have used regular bread, full eggs, and loads of kinds of oil and stuff. So I went to the drawing board and I worked out this meal probably cost about 1,400 calories. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and recreate one, which is going to be a lot more anabolic, a lot higher protein, and a lot lower calorie. I'm thinking about 400 calories. So I'm going to go to the drawing board and see what I can magic up. Let's go.
So you're going to need some low-calorie bread, a plum or a pear, cinnamon Danish whey protein, some actual cinnamon, some nutmeg, some virtually zero caramel creamer, 5 egg whites, and some porridge. Alright guys, so you've all seen the anabolic French toast recipe before, so I'm going to keep this brief. You basically want to add your egg whites into a crucible and then add all your spices, porridge and protein powder to the top.
How do you mean?
Well, you've had a drunk.
Alright guys, so now for the fun part. You basically want to baptize the bread in the snot vorm mixture and then messily transfer it to the pan. Meanwhile, you want to prick a pear with a knife or a fork, put it in the microwave for a minute or two, and then chop it up, put it on top of these bad boys, which have been freshly flipped out of the pan. You can now add all sorts of stuff like your caramel creamer, your porridge, your spices, all sorts of extras on top for extra flavor.
Alright guys, there we go. Look at this pile of magnificence. So it turns out I actually forgot the plum, but I've got some pears instead, which I think is a bit of a winter warmer anyway. Not super adaptable. You guys can use like apples, plums, pears, any sort of like mealy fruit, I think. Maybe even banana. And that cinnamon really comes through. You got the crispy outside and the soft inside, and that caramel creamer with the cinnamon. Ooh, this is autumn all over. You guys need to try this. And most importantly, Love Lily's calories for their French toast is there, and mine is there. Come on guys, make the smart choice.
My other favourite place to go to in autumn is the Green. They really go all out with the decor, as well as serving some beautifully seasonal cakes this time of year. It's actually built where an allegedly haunted library was, a place I used to love in my childhood. In theory, I should be sad one of my childhood haunts is closed, but it's hard to feel sad when it's replaced with somewhere as cozy as this, especially when they serve one of my favourite things in the universe. Toffee apple popcorn cake. They really hook you up with an industrial-sized slice too, with an icing layer the size of your head on top of the cake itself, which could quite easily kill a man. Every October, you'll catch me demolishing a slab of this as I watch the world go by. Alright guys, so it's around this time of year where you're going to think, what the hell am I going to do with all this pumpkin that I've been buying? So here's the recipe inspired by Remington James, which includes a lot of pumpkin, which you can buy canned, but this time we're going to use the fresh old good stuff. But on the off chance you guys can't find any normal pumpkin, you can, from $1.99, get some canned stuff from Sainsbury's in the World Food aisle. Obviously, you're going to need some baking powder to fluff it up, some chocolate brownie protein powder. You can use cinnamon or anything else. Speaking of cinnamon, we're going to need some autumnal flavour syrups like gingerbread or mince pie, and obviously some cocoa powder because it's a brownie. You can obviously make loads of small ones, but when you see the macros, you're probably going to want to make one big one and eat all of it. So basically guys, the recipe is going to be down below, but you basically just want to add all of your ingredients into a mixing bowl. So we've got the pumpkin, the cocoa powder, the protein powder, all sorts of your syrups, and you can even add some sweeteners, nutmeg, ginger, any other kind of sauce or syrups that you want to add to give it a bit more flavour. And now of course, the fun part. Whack it all together in a bowl, mix the heck out of it. You shouldn't really need too much water. The pumpkin is quite absorbent, so it should hopefully absorb all of the powders and stuff like that, eventually looking like your conventional brownie mix. Obviously though, if you do need to add some water, feel free, or some almond milk if you want to add a little bit of creaminess to it. And this should be the desired consistency. Looks a bit gross, but I assure you once it comes out the other side of the oven, it'll look a lot better. So basically just spread this out on a non-stick bowl, whack it in the oven, and goodbye. And there we are again, guys. Look at this absolute unit. So thick, so gooey, absolutely unreal. That's the top as well. Looks so thick like a brownie. And guys, for this whole thing, this entire plate, oh my god, game changer. Shout out to Remington James. This is basically a spin on his, but I've put a lot more like autumn spices in. And I think honestly the chocolate cinnamon combination, absolutely beautiful. So guys, that is it for my Halloween video. I hope you have the best Halloween ever. As you can tell, I'm very passionate about the time, so you know that I'm going to be enjoying myself. So guys, that is it for the day. I will see you in the next one.